Hello and welcome back to the Fantasy Legion. It's Alan Shaw back again.
It's good to be back, Al. And today's videos, what are we still focusing on the rookies that have landed?
Yeah, we're talking about Justin Jefferson today. Sort of landed
Excellent.
with the Vikings. Obviously, they've lost Stefan Diggs. What's
Yep.
your assessment of Jay Jets or Justin Jefferson? What's your assessment on him after watching his tape?
I think again, you look at landing spots and you look at the player, and he's kind of that. He's my AJ Brown for this year kind of player before the draft landed, and he has. The great news is because there are so many other high caliber wide receivers regarded above him, he's still sitting there at that kind of sleeper position. So in a lot of drafts we're seeing right now, he's still there 110, 111, 112, roughly in that range. And for me, he's number 6 off my board, number 7 even. And I've got certain reasons why I prefer him up there over certain players at the moment. And it really is splitting hairs. And I'm not saying for 1 minute that he's above Julian Lamb or anything like that. He's higher up my board. So I'm delighted if he slips through there because I'll take him every single time. So I love his opportunity. I think it's brilliant because not only is his short-term opportunity really good and obvious, his slightly longer-term opportunity is great because Thielen's 31. So there really isn't any reason to not buy this player in Dynasty. And even in redraft, you would seem that there could be a chance this player does something year one. So I feel very confident around him.
Okay, so what sort of player are they getting in? What sort of player are we going to... If we draft Justin Jefferson, what are we going to get from him? What sort of player is he?
I think the key here is to understand that he's a player that can operate in multiple locations. I think that's the first thing. So he can play out the slot if that's what you want him to do. He can also stretch the field. He has some things that he's going to have to work on, there's no doubt, from a coaching perspective. But these are minor things. These are the kind of things that you want to see in a player. If you're going to have minor bugs, these are them. So it's small movements off the line to start with. I like the way he presses and attacks each of the deeper routes. And he's a good scrapper for the ball. He's somebody who'll go up and get it. So, and he's got all the tools you're looking for. Little raw, little unpolished, but there's small flaws because this is such a very good class. If it was another year, this guy would be going much, much higher anyway. So he's just a very, very good all-round player. I'm delighted he's slipping that far down. And to me, he's a wonderful target for you in Dynasty. Perfect target if you've got a late pick and you're wondering if you could get a player that could do much better than his perceived value when you grab him. And I think he fits all the bills for me. So I'm very, very happy with him. And really not much to say. He just felt perfect, the right player, right fit, good system. And, there's a real hole there for work straight away. I mean, if we think Diggs was injured last year a bit, but what work would be available for him? Quite a lot straight away. I mean, they're in a bit of a transition of rebuild themselves. So he comes into a great situation.
I mean, Diggs obviously with the Bills now. They've only got Thielen there really as the concrete number one. So there definitely is an opportunity where he could compete for playing time. Straight off the bat, really, isn't there? So
they like him a lot. They like him a lot. But I'm always wary when coaches say good things at this time of the year because they're not going to mug off their own draft picks, are they? At this stage.
Yeah, I was looking at a chart of playing time, and last year, no rookie wide receiver really started getting a lot of percentage of snaps until the sort of week 9 to 12, sort of that week 9 onwards. So apart from Terry McLaurin, the exception, he got snaps right. So sometimes this sort of opportunity, can make a player, and if they can flourish.
Yeah, and you raise a perfect point, and it's a point for all these rookie videos in this one, and that is that. They're likely to miss a lot of training camp. So all of them are going to be affected, particularly the wide receiver position, because the running back, you're on your own. The only thing that helps you is your line and your instincts. So really, it's down to your instincts.
But you've also got to pick up the blocking. Got to pick up the blitz and stuff like that. So sometimes that takes a bit of work, doesn't it? Things like that.
Yeah, but you could get on the field if you're a good running back. Whereas a wide receiver, if you haven't had the time to develop with a quarterback, because everybody's different, it's nuances all the way, and it's really hard if you haven't had a quarterback and wide receiver. You need each other. So
you need that chemistry. You need that chemistry, don't you, of playing together? It comes with practice for a lot.
And we don't know how he'll fit with Kirk Cousins, but we've always said for a long time on this podcast, he's very underrated. Kirk, because every single year he does you a steady steady job in fantasy, good enough.
And you don't have to pick him high either, do you? It's not like you spend a lot of draft capital.
And the capability is always there with Minnesota at the moment. There's a capability of a very big year with Kirk for a cheap price. So I always like those mixture of value. So for me, Jefferson's good.
So it's tough with trying to work out. Obviously, they became a sort of run first team last year anyway. Sort of with Dalvin Cook.
They always say that, right? So I always think this is quite interesting. They go, they're a run first team and immediately dismiss everything. Well,
not dismiss everything, but it does obviously. If you throw less, obviously your receivers get less points. That's a point.
Well, did Kirk Cousins throw for less than 4,000 yards? So that's the standard metrics you have to look at when it comes to quarterbacks.
Well, no, I guess he didn't. But how many touchdowns did he throw?
20 odd.
Yeah, so it's not. I mean, it's not bad.
It's not bad at all. See, the thing, all you've got to work out is there 4,000 yards there for the combined attack, whatever that is? And the answer is yes. Is he got capability, Kirk, for throwing 4.5? I think he can. Could he get high 20s, maybe 30 touchdowns? It's possible on the right year. So Justin Jefferson can come in. Could he get 1,000 yards? It's really possible with what, 4 to 8 touchdowns in that range.
I think it's asking a lot for a rookie, but you take like 700 or 800, wouldn't you, at this point? 5 or 6 touchdowns for a rookie year.
Absolutely, but he's capable of that, and there's a hole in the offense for someone to come in and do it. And it's not like we're sort of thinking, is he the third wide receiver or the fourth, or will he get much playing time?
Oh no, I do think that is a possibility. They have got other options, haven't they?
I think they have, but I honestly, genuinely believe you will see very, very quickly that this is their number 2 straight away. Before and I even believe that without OTAs for a few reasons.
You know what? I would love to see that because you want to see the rookies on the field and how good they're going to be because you can tell quite quickly how good they're going to be a lot of the time, can't you? Just from
Justin Jefferson has got everything that I'm looking for from a coaching perspective / quarterback point of view. That's why he was my, AJ. He's my AJ Brown of this year, and he's holding his value beautifully. Late draft pick, end of first round in anything about a 12-team league. He's the end of the first round. I think that's an amazing bit of value.
Yeah, I've seen him going anywhere from 8 to 11. Really, he's around that range.
And I'm very, very happy with that. He can go a bit earlier, and that's fine. Somebody else sees the talent. That's fair enough. But there's a nice little class of wide receivers in that group. He's one of them. I like him a lot.
Okay, well, I think we said it all. What do you think? Are we missing anything with Jefferson? Do you think he's going to be a good player in the league for years to come?
Is he going to flop? Do you think the opposite? And that's fine.
Laquan Treadwell, I mean, everyone was big on him. And, I think you would have to tell any Viking fans how bad he's been for them. So you just never know. I mean, like Corey Davis is another one. All these big Josh Doxson, all these big flops.
Well, there are people out there, Al, who and I much prefer this. Yeah, I mean, this is what we do here. We make those strikingly bold predictions. Lock him in. That's all I'm going to say. Just lock him in. This is lock this guy in because I don't see him missing. It's not one of these.
The opportunity seems there. The talent seems there.
Yeah, everything for me looks right. So I'm quietly comfortable taking a player like this because I don't think I'm risking it. It's not like I've got a player where I'm not sure. There are a few wide receivers here in this group I'm not sure about. He's not one of them.
Okay, well, there you go. As always, we'd love to hear your thoughts. If you've enjoyed the video, please give us a thumbs up and subscribe for more. And we'll see you on the next one.
Take care.